You are listening to Charting Wealth's comprehensive review and forecast for the week beginning Monday, the 20th of August, 2018. For those of you who have purchased the book or do so by this Sunday, we will be sending you our special training on Bitcoin, how to chart it. We have a special chart that we have developed. Some of you who've been listening to us for a while and studying with us, you've heard some of the initial training that we've done. Well, we are releasing a special training to all purchasers of our book, Charting Your Way to Wealth. You can have a copy. If you've already bought one, you'll be included on that list. If you buy one before Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S., we will include you on that list, and we will send you the same training that we are sending out to all of the current purchasers of the book. So please make sure to buy yourself a copy of it. There are links at the YouTube channel. There are links, of course, at the website under this special comprehensive review and forecast. You can also find it at iTunes under our show notes. You'll see links on how to purchase the book. Do so, and we'll include that special training to you. Now, and again, what does it do? It teaches you everything about everything we talk about here. Our two main methods of entering into trades for success. Also, everything you need to know about the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, the derivative oscillator, price percent oscillator, Bollinger Bands, you name it. It's all in our book. Plus, it's autographed for you, and a little note from me comes with it. Okay, my friends, God bless you. Let's jump into these charts. What do we see? What has happened over the course of this week now that the weekly candle has closed on the S&P 500? By the way, everything up for the day, gold, bonds, and both of our stock indexes. We have a red spinning top. Now, on the S&P 500, we have 5 prior weeks of nice, strong up movement. This is the first week of things slackening off. It is a red spinning top. Doesn't mean everything's come to an end. Hell, 2 weeks of down candles didn't mean everything was coming to an end. Back on the week ending the 22nd and the 29th of June, the market then took off again. But we do see things, again, slowing down somewhat, sliding sideways more than anything else. However, the price percent oscillator is still moving up. Derivative oscillator is still gaining upward momentum. So that's a good sign on the S&P 500. We go to the 2-day chart, and again, the latest 2-day candle that we see, it's just the first day of the latest one. We had 3 prior down candles, and this is so far an up candle pushing back through the 2-day trend line. Did not cross over going down at the end of the week. Derivative oscillator still losing momentum. Price percent oscillator is pretty much going sideways, but that green up candle, again, just the first day of the 2-day candle, looks nice to us. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. What did we see? Did you catch this at the end of the day? 4-hour chart crossed over going up. At the same time, the derivative oscillator also went into the green. Nice green candle with a long wick on top. Looks pretty good after a bit of a down morning as far as the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks goes, moving through, of course, as it did in the morning and in the afternoon through the 2-day trend line on that 4-hour chart, continued above it. So what do? Watch the market on Monday. If things are up around 10:30, that's a potential jumping in point. If you want to play it by the rules, you wait until that first candle of the day closes, and that would give you a jumping in point. Also is later than the 10:30, but again, probably less risky. Keep your eye on things. We want to see if price movement is going to go above where it petered out last time at 285.63. It ended the day somewhere around 284.80. So keep your eye on the prize and see if you can find a jumping in point again if the markets continue to move up as the new week starts. The candles and the indicators are telling us that on our weekly, on our 2-day, again going a little sideways, but that weekly's still, again, weakened, but still going up, particularly the price percent oscillator. So just keep your eye on things, and let's see how the week starts off and if you have a jumping in point. Okay, what's going on with QQQ? That's the Nasdaq 100, the tech stocks. Not nearly as strong a candlestick movement as we saw. We saw 5 nice prior candlesticks. Don't have that in the Qs. We've seen actually sort of 3 weeks of sliding sideways. The prior week ending the 10th of August was up, and this week again is a red spinning top, which of course means indecision tending down, price percent oscillators heading down, derivative oscillators losing upward momentum. What do we see on that 2-day chart? Well, of course, it again shows our sideways slide, tending down motion. It's actually not crossing over going up, but crossed over going down in the morning. So we'll continue to keep our eye on things and see if and when anything happens positive on the Nasdaq 100 that gives us a trade. Okay, we go from the Nasdaq 100 and stocks to TLT, 20-year bonds. What do we see there? Well, we look at the weekly chart. We see the first nice green up candle since all the way back to the 13th of July, the week ending then. Derivative oscillator, however, is still negative and gained energy going down. Price percent oscillator heading up. None of that should make you feel super good. We do see now that the 2-day chart is trying to cross over going up. Hasn't happened yet, but may happen when this candle closes. Remember, we don't call candles until they close. 2-day candle is just the first day. It will end on Monday the 20th. So we'll keep our eye on things. That'll make 4 candles going up. If it represents right now 7.5 days, it keeps going that way, will represent 8. And what do we see on the 4-hour chart? Well, of course, it rotated over going up all the way back on the 3rd. Went up for a day and a half, down for 2 days, up for 2 days, sideways for 2 days, well, almost more than that, up a little, and then sideways for another 2.5 days. So the price percent oscillator is heading up barely. Derivative oscillator is pretty much flat. So again, nothing there on 20-year bonds yet. We'll continue to watch and see what we see. Which way are the bonds going to go? They're going to go up or down? We've got to get some clear insight on that because we are trend followers. We don't make guesses. We don't make estimations. We follow established trends, and we don't have one right now on TLT. That's what you carry with you into the new week. Let's see what develops. Now we go into gold. And of course, gold has been going down for quite a while. One of the biggest down weeks we have seen yet. Big red solid down candle with a wick on the bottom. Derivative oscillator gained some downward momentum. It had lost a little in the prior week. It gained it back in a little more. Price percent oscillator also kicked over going down more. What do we see on the 2-day chart? Well, this first candle of the latest 2-day chart, bit of an up candle. Price percent oscillator looks like it is pretty, well, the price percent oscillator is going sideways, maybe a little bit down still. Derivative oscillators lost a little bit of downward momentum. Both the weekly and the 2-day are still in confirmed downtrends. What do we see on that 4-hour chart? Things trying to bottom out somewhere around the 111.30 mark or so. We haven't had a crossover going up yet, but the derivative oscillator is losing downward momentum. Price percent oscillator heading up. So keep your eye on things. Don't lose what you've gained if you jumped into that down move on the afternoon of Monday the 13th of August. Of course, we had some nice down movements, but things could be bottoming out again. Just keep your eye on things. That 4-hour chart crosses over going up. That's an alarm bell on the price percent oscillator, and particularly if the derivative oscillator flips over at the same time. Real warning bells. Price movement still well below the 2-day and the weekly. So keep your eye on things. Don't want to lose it if you've been in that short trade on gold. So we'll keep our eye on that as the week starts. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day. Please, again, buy the book before 7 p.m. on Sunday. We'll have you on that special list. In fact, I am recording that training for all the book purchasers right now, the special training on Bitcoin. We're also going to include a free chart there for you, a special chart for Bitcoin. If you want to be able to start practicing following it, its ups and downs, and where it's going, might be very valuable for you to practice that chart and learn it, so that if you're interested now or in the future in really being able to track some of these cryptocurrencies, this is a good way to start practicing that. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team here at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.